Hey guys, what is up? It is Will or Loud Scooter here, and today I thought we'd be doing something a little different. How different, you may ask? Well, let's just say that after this video, I might just get myself thrown in Toontown jail for treason. Well, maybe. But all just jokes aside, I'm not supporting the cogs in any way. I'm just evaluating them by my personal preference. So, if you already didn't read the title of this video, yes, I am going to list mine, not yours, my favorite cogs. So remember, this is my opinion and I'm basing them off a few things. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and let me list off my top 10 favorite cogs. Okay, before we get started, I want to make a list of some honorable mentions. The first honorable mention is going to be the Toxic Manager. This cog had a lot of potential to score very high on this list, maybe even first or second, but since I've never played Toontown Altis, and there was only one picture of him on the internet, I had to put him down as the honorable mentions, so lost potential there. The next honorable mention is the Ambulance Chaser. I always really liked the design of them, skinny and wearing that medical hat, but I really thought the name was funny, because they're actually real people in real life. People who chase ambulances to see if the victim wants to sue anyone. A very cool and memorable cog. The last honorable mention is the Moneybags. This is another design that I wanted to just laugh when I first saw. I was like, what am I looking at here? The most fun part about battling these people was trying to figure out what I was looking at. I also thought that they were pretty cool since they were like the guards of the Cashbot HQ, being the highest level cogs to defend that place. I always thought that they were funny and kind of cool in a way. Number 10. Number 10 is a cog that I personally really liked the design for. But Will, isn't the Two-Face just a reskin of the Double Talker? Why yes, observant fan. But there's another reason why I put him on this list. Only until my recent playthrough of Toontown Rewritten did I find out that I was looking at him the entirely wrong way. Yes, I had no idea that it was supposed to be two sideways faces. I thought the design was supposed to be if two faces got cut vertically and then were smushed together. Even though I know the right way to look at it, I can still never find myself seeing the two faces sideways at first glance. I also found their tall V-shaped bodies to be pretty cool and tough in a way. So, why did Two-Face make the 10 at this list? Well, one reason. Because I said, screw it. Jesse Shell, I don't care what you intended it for it to look like. I'm doing it my own way. So yeah. Number 9. Number 9 is a cog that I had to experience in real life. Okay, yes, it's a mover and shaker. But for everyone who doesn't know what that means, in real life, it's basically someone who says they're gonna do stuff and gets stuff done. And indeed, I did live with one. So if anyone can't tell to what I'm trying to refer to, well, it's my mom. And I feel like almost everyone's mom. They get things done, they lay down the foot, they do everything. But let's stop talking about me and get back to the cog. I really liked his tall, skinny body and his big smiling grin. Let's just say that if a real life design came out, it'd be pretty damn scary. Can we all agree on that? But this cog always was pretty cool and even got its own field office, where I guess he can grow 4 times his size? I don't know. But a very cool cog. Looks almost very Italian, I don't know. But cool cog, cool design. Hope we don't make one in real life. Here's on to number 8. Number 8. Number 8 is another case of the copycats. But this time, I don't have any excuses. I don't know what it is, but a Mr. Hollywood just seems like an awesome cog, while a Yes Man just sort of seems like a meh. I don't know. I'm guessing it has something to do with his height and his bigger appearance, because there isn't anything different than that. But Mr. Hollywoods are kind of special because it was the first time I had gotten to the highest level of a certain cog, and when I was marching around with my big old suit, it felt pretty good. He also has a cool factor from being the highest Cellbot cog, other than the VP of course. but Mr. Hollywood just have that charm to them that I really can't explain. But one last thing to mention. I think that everyone agrees that the first time we did a VP and that new unseen level 12 cog comes out, it was a cool sight for everyone, and I think it's something that everybody remembers. Number 7. What is up with businessmen being funny these days? I mean, look at the headhunters. They definitely fit under this category. I mean, it may not be funny now, but when I was young and impressionable, I still thought this kind of crap was funny. I remember the first time I saw this thing, I started bawling out with laughter, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is this thing? But after I stopped laughing and finally looked at his name, it gave me the chills. I used to think that he actually would take the Toon's heads, kind of like the Headless Horseman or something. Ugh, creepy, right? But I mean, big body, small head. What kid wouldn't think that's funny? But in the end, I actually felt like his design was pretty cool and had a lot of work into it. And I will always remember Headhunters with their memorable move, that knife attack. I don't know what it was called, Glover, something like that. But yeah, it was a cool move, and I know that other cogs can do it, but I saw him do it first and immediately thought that it was awesome. Number 6. This next cog is another case where I didn't pay attention to anything, so everyone knows that it's called a big wig, right? Well, I don't remember what happened, but all I do remember is that the words in the cog gallery were pretty blurry, but me being me thought that it said Big Tigs. I am not even kidding. But enough about how dumb I used to be, and let's get to the cog. I always thought that they looked like judges, and I feel like they did a pretty good job on that. And it's not like a cog that I saw that many times in TTO, as I think I'd only seen it once or twice. But in TTR, I had seen it and killed it plenty of times. But yeah, that sounds dark, but what makes it so memorable for me is like TTO. How far away I thought it was. It was so mystic. It was like, it's such a powerful and rare cog that they're not seen that much. So, cool cog, cool design, pretty far out there. Now let's move on to number 5. Number 5. Legal Eagles are one of 2 animal cogs, and I feel like they just nailed the design with this one. Being able to make a robot look like a bird without being too realistic, the design is just genius. I mean, it is smart, effective, and to the point. Just like the big wigs in the next few cogs on this list, it had that scariness to it on how powerful they were. I mean, you didn't know when they were going to have to bring these bad boys out. They were the biggest, baddest cogs around, only bring bot out when necessary. But me being from America, you know that I'm going to like this, because it's an eagle. Us and our eagles and crap. But I can't stress it enough, I just loved the eagle design. I thought it was done well and presented in a very good manner. Also, who else tightens up after seeing that one of these dudes is using pecking order, about to send a barrage of birds to you? I know everyone's hoping that it's not towards you. One thing I should also add is that the Legal Eagles had a fully completed field office, although it never got to see the light of day on TTO. Number 4. Okay guys, for the next number, you're not going to believe this, but this is another case of me paying zero attention to anything. Guys, I swear I'm not an idiot, but yeah, I thought that they were actually called spine doctors. I am not even kidding. But I always thought it was a pretty damn scary name. Spine doctors? What the hell? They remove your spine and crap like that? Not only until I realized it was still in TTO that it said spin doctor. Wow, that actually makes more sense. But even though it's not a spine doctor, I also thought that they were cool with their tall, skinny, and rocking that useless head mirror. But wait, why would they need a doctor in the first place? Aren't they robots? Who even knows? But yeah, a pretty cool design and a high Lawbot hierarchy. So, pretty cool cog, and I wish that I would have never thought they were called spine doctors. Number 3. The next cog is one of the coolest and most successful designs out of all of them. Making him an actual cheese was pretty ambitious, and then pulling it off shows how devoted the TTO staff was and the cool designs they could pull off. But seriously, why the hell is he green? Isn't cheese yellow? Well, I looked into this. Cheese is unripened if it's green, so that's explainable. But why the crap does little old man like to eat this crap? Is it metal or is it actually real cheese? So many unanswered questions. But in all seriousness, I always thought that they were awesome because I saw how powerful they were. I thought that they were the most powerful regular cog. But when in reality, I know all the rank 8 cogs are basically the same in power. But this is super cool and very intelligent in a way when they built it. But intimidating, cool, everything. This cog has it all. Number 2. I don't know what it is about the cash bots, but this is the only one I think that I actually like. I don't know what it is, but the other ones just seem uninspired or just bland. But where the other ones lose ground, the Robber Baron definitely makes up with its cool design and its rarity. This is actually the last cog that I discovered in TTO. How I remember that? I don't know. So this is a cog that I almost never saw. And I also have a pretty funny and memorable backstory with it. So it was June 2009. I got one of the cool Toontown newsletters. It was just a normal one until I read a section that had the Robber Barons on it. And it said that he dominated the streets with his sellbot buildings. Now, not until now did I actually think about that, but I actually went back into my desk and found the newsletter. And sure enough, my memory had served me right because yeah, I was right. But this cog, other than being in a massive typo in the Toontown newsletter, has an awesome design. His tall built body is super cool, and his classic robber design is awesome. A 100% awesome cog. Now, what could beat that? Number 1. So, what is this final cog? Something that could be better than a Robber Baron. Well, let's just say that if you're gonna be number 1 on this list, then you have to be packing the goods. Good qualities, everything. This cog has a cool design and a memorable backstory. The cog, the myth, the legend, the cold collar. Now, the cold collar has many things to its advantage. First, by far, it is... Okay, guys. I have told 2 lies in this thing. First is a cold collar is not my favorite cog. And second, I actually do like cash bots. They're my favorite type of cog. But my true, indeed, favorite cog is indeed the short change. This cog is just so unique. It has a cool design. No! The short change is not my favorite damn cog. Are you kidding me? I hope I did not fool you. In all seriousness, my favorite cog has to be the Loan Shark. I mean, it is just awesome. It wrecks everything. It literally has everything. One damn cool design, has an awesome backstory with me, and has a unique tall and skinny design. So let's first talk about the damn shark. He is a mix of 2 of the coolest things on earth, robots and sharks. Comes together to form Robot Shark 9000. But I mean, you just can't beat that. I mean, come on. I didn't see them that much in the game, but let's talk about my experiences with him. So, in TTO, I almost never saw this cog because he was reserved for high buildings and the mints, which are just things that I didn't do. And I didn't really see him that much, so I don't know why he's my favorite, but I will explain to you why he is. But he also had this aura around him that just made him tough and cool. But lastly, let's talk about the backstory I have with this cog. Set the scene. It was 2006. It was winter break, and we had a vacation up to Minnesota. We had a little cabin that was really close to the forest. While there, I remember that we would watch this TV network called Boomerang, and on it, they had a reoccurring commercial where at the end, one character would tell a joke, the end of the joke being a loan shark. Now, I saw it so many times that it gets stuck in my head. So we had a computer at the cabin there, and I looked up what is a loan shark, and sure enough, I found this awesome picture of an amazing robot shark. So I immediately clicked on it, and it led me to a familiar website advertising a familiar game. Well, I think we all know what it is, Toontown Online. The details get fuzzy from there, but let's just say, in the same exact day, I was playing a game called Toontown Online for the first time. Yes, I am not kidding. The loan shark actually introduced me into Toontown. So I think you guys can tell why this is on number one for me. So, this cog actually does mean a lot to me. It brought me into a game that has devoured most of my life right now, And yeah, there you go, guys. Number 1. Hope you're happy. Guys, I hope you liked this video. It took a long time to do, and there were many setbacks that made me have to postpone it and push it back, but thanks for all the support. And if you like this video, please comment, subscribe, and like it. And then thanks for all the support, guys. This is Will, or Loud Tutor, and I hope I can see you in the next one.